So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. It is an absolutely beautiful day today, and I have a free afternoon. So I'm going to make good use of that time, and we're going to head down to the pond and clean some more sediment out of it. Now this is going to be quite the job. I'm going to start off with the skid loader. We need to move a little dirt first to get started. And then after we do that, I'm going to come back up here to the wood yard, and I'm going to gather up some of these red pine logs. I'll get some of the ones that are less desirable. I'll probably cut these to about 8 or 10 feet in length, and we'll take, I don't know, 10 or 12 down to the pond with the skid loader, and we'll use these to set the excavator on, hopefully out there in the middle of all the muck, and we'll be able to start baling material. So far this is working out beautifully. I got that pile of dirt from over there over to here, and what I'm trying to do is separate the black muck from the brown dirt. Okay, the black stuff is what came from out of the pond. I had a big pile over here to the left. I got that cleaned up, and I got a really nice road headed right down to where I need to be. So I got my grade nice and consistent on this road going all the way up, and I ended it right here. We're going to go up and get some logs. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 8 or 9 of them. We'll set them down in here, and we'll actually sprinkle a little bit of dirt out over top of them. And if I can get out there another 20 feet, I can reach all the way over there and all the way over there. Okay? So if I can get sitting out there, we can start baling all this stuff out of here. I got plenty of room to stockpile it right here. I mean, I'm going to have to handle it a couple times. There's no way around that. But I think this is going to work out pretty good. I had started back there, which was the wrong place to start. But I was kind of figuring this out as I went. Originally, I had hoped I could get out on this the way it is. Not happening. There's probably 3.5 feet of black gook right there that needs to come out. So we're going to bridge out over top of it. And once I get that side done over there, you know, if I get even halfway, I can do everything I need from this side. And what's nice is you pile up that black stuff, and it only takes a couple days. It like drains out of it. It's still very wet, but nothing like it was when I pulled it out. And then when I'm all done, I'll probably leave this road in here. You know, I can fill all this in over here, dress this up real nice. But yeah, I think it's going to work out good. So let's go get some logs. All right, I got about, what do I have here? 10. Yeah, I got 10 logs here. I think that should be enough. If not, I can come up and get some more. I'm going to carry these down with the skid loader and the grapple. I think I'm going to have to make 3 trips. We'll have to see. I'll take that last one down with the excavator when I come back up and get it. I think this should be enough. We'll see. I got the excavator all filled up, cleaned out my bucket. I like to do that once in a while when you're digging that kind of stuff because it builds up. And even if there's a little bit in there, you figure, you know, for every 10 buckets, you're probably only getting 8. And I also dug out one more log, so I'm carrying 2 down with me. I think that'll give me 11 or 12 total. Hopefully that will be enough. But they're calling for some rain tomorrow, some storms. So I'm going to try to get as much done as I can here this afternoon. All right, I am not too sure about this. I just noticed some of the logs I set down in there sank like quite a bit just from the weight of the log. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'll probably have to dig a little dirt behind me, kind of fill in between them some. We're just going to take it easy here. You don't want to get in a hurry doing this. So don't feel like getting stuck. I'm going to have enough logs. test this one here. I'm going to set the blade down on it. I don't know if I can get all the way out there. Oh man. This is what you call a log bridge over black muck. It'll hold. Oh good, I got one more. I forgot about that one. I'm just trying to see. The thing is, if you don't get to the other side, you don't want to start in the middle. You know what I mean? Ugh. Look at that thing sink down in there. Alright, let's put some dirt on this thing. I wish I had the skid loader still down here, but I had to put the grapple on it, you know. All right, I think it's gonna work. I do, but I need a few more logs. Just no way around it. You know, it wouldn't be the end of the world if I left just a little bit over on that side, but it would, it'd bother me. Yeah, I'm gonna hike back up on top of the hill, get the skid loader again, and we'll bring a few more logs down. If I can just get, you know, that one side done, the rest will be pretty easy. And I'm gonna have to let this dry for a little bit. Look at that mess right there. Ugh. That's some slop. 2 hours later, I'm ready to start digging. But I'm in pretty good shape here. I think this will work out pretty good. I will get dirt bound pretty quick, but as long as I get this side here cleaned out, that'll be a major accomplishment in itself. I posted a couple videos the other day about this pond. There are a lot of comments. A lot of guys had mentioned, you know, using logs out here, which is what I'm doing. Some said I should get a long reach hoe, you know, rent one. That would be pretty handy for what I'm doing here. But we have a lot of trees, you know what I mean? And you're down over this bank right here. And plus, I own this machine and the skid loader, so I didn't have to pay for rental doing it this way. And the other one, a lot of people said I should get a drag line down here. I don't know if it's the camera, like a wide angle or something. It would take me a month of tree clearing to get a drag line even down in here, and I don't even think it'd work. I mean, there's tree canopy above me right where I'm sitting here. So I'm sure there's better ways than what I'm doing, but this is probably the least expensive. And quite honestly, it's not going to take me that long. Between the other day, let's see, this is the third time I've been down here. I'm looking at about, I probably have about 6 hours invested in this so far. I mean, like I said, it would take longer than that. And just renting stuff, you know, like a big excavator. It's a whole thing. Getting it here, getting it down in the woods. This pond isn't real big. But this is going to buy me several years right here, just doing what I'm doing. Another thing, people were saying I should drain the pond and just get in there and clean it out once it dries up. That's how I did it the last time. This thing was completely filled with sediment, like 30, 40 years worth of it. But the downside to that is I'd kill all the fish, and there are actually a lot of fish in this pond. There's bass and bluegill, and I think a couple big catfish, but there's a lot of bass, and I just didn't want to deal with all that and kill them all. It took a long time to get them in here. But the pond, I don't ever remember it being as low as it is right now. Maybe one time, but it's been very, very dry. And when we get even, you know, like the other night, we had like a thunderstorm. It downpoured for like 15, 20 minutes. It's like gone. You couldn't even tell an hour later that it rained. So it is a good time to be doing what I'm doing here. I'm gonna have a big pile of dirt. I'll put it on both sides. But like I said, as long as I get it away from here, I'm gonna scooch out just a little bit more. Don't want to get too greedy. Man, if you rolled off of this log, oh boy. Yeah, that'll get me where I need to be. I'm not going to take that little plug right there. I'm going to leave a plug at both ends until I open it up, because I've got water behind me, or on my right and my left. Oh, this stuff is just nasty. See how things shake out tonight, but I'm planning on heading down to the cabin tomorrow morning real early. I'm going to take a lift of that tongue and groove that I got out in Michigan. This stuff's just oozing over this way. But I'm going to take a load of that down, get it inside the cabin, and I'm I got some other things I need to do down there as well. And then next week I'm going to spend a couple days down there putting it up. Let's see how far we can reach this way. Boy, that stuff is nasty. Just going to kind of scooch it over there a little bit. I'm going to run out of room in a hurry. Well, I got water coming in all over the place here. I gotta hurry up here. We'll get this punched through. Back up a little. Then I'll have to go back out to finish it off. It's getting ugly here. Woo, boy. What I'm doing, this dirt's kind of squeezing that water and it's running over. It's kind of coming all around me here. Might start putting some on this side. Taking at least 3 feet out of here. All right. Well, I think that's about it for now. I got quite a bit done, but this black stuff is so incredibly heavy, and just getting it out of there and piled up, it'll drain out some. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think it's going to rain. If it rains, I'm not coming down here. But if it doesn't rain, I might come down here tomorrow evening when I get back from the cabin. We'll see. But I got it whooped now. I do. I took a few logs out of the bridge here, and I'm just kind of working my way back. But I am getting kind of dirt bound, or I should say muck bound. I got to get rid of some of this stuff before I continue. Yeah, if you ever need to cross over a bunch of soft material, the logs seem to work really well. That's nice and solid now. After I ran on it for a little bit, I thought it would get worse over time, but it actually really tightened up. The dirt over top of it is the key. That way you're not sliding around on them. But anyway, before we wrap this up, I want to mention something. If you are a subscriber to our channel, double check. Make sure you are still subscribed. And if you're not a subscriber and you enjoy this type of content, please do. Appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you on the next one.